At the same time, we cannot support attempts to transform the Council into a tool of political pressure and to divide states into good and bad states or students and teachers, nor to dilute the intergovernmental nature of the main United Nations human rights body. In general, the way human rights issues are used in the international context is something that we do not accept. A number of countries are striving to monopolize the human rights discussion, to politicize it, and to use it as an instrument of pressure. They do not tolerate criticism addressed to them. They try to selectively impose the objects for human rights monitoring at their discretion and depending on the political conjuncture. We believe that human rights issues cannot be exclusively controlled by anyone. This is work that should be conducted collectively in a constructive manner, and all countries will benefit from this approach. Madam President, recent events in the Middle East and North Africa have proven the inextricability of the three pillars of the modern world order: development, peace and security, and human rights. Today, more than ever, it is evident that without peace and development, the observance of human rights is impossible. Only on a collective basis, through the strengthening of the rule of law, primarily in international affairs, will it be possible to achieve long-lasting and global peace. It is also imperative that existing problems be resolved by peoples themselves without coercion and external interference in peaceful forms within a legal framework through national dialogue and public consensus on ways for much-needed transformations. If we support the right of peoples to self-determination and the free choice of their path to development, external forces must accept this choice and refrain from interference in the national dialogue and electoral processes. Russia resolutely opposes any violence against civilian populations, but no less resolutely opposes armed intervention from abroad in support of one of the sides in internal conflicts. Human rights violations must not be left unpunished, but it is unacceptable when acts committed under the pretext of human rights lead to massive human rights violations. On the other hand, including deaths of hundreds of citizens. Madam President, efforts to tackle the global financial and economic crisis have not yet brought about the desired results. The crisis has had a massive negative impact on all segments of life, including the observance of all human rights and freedoms. In these circumstances, the issue of maintaining the level of social protection, poverty reduction, and a search for solutions to other critical economic problems must remain the focus of the international community. The crisis has seriously affected Russia, but has not in any way changed our priorities in the sphere of human rights. The main objective of the concept of social and economic development of the Russian Federation is to raise the standards of human welfare. Poverty, unemployment, and a gap between rich and poor, these become powerful catalysts for national, racial, and ethnic conflicts, promote the spread of racism, xenophobia, and intolerance. These shameful phenomena not only continue, but are also being exacerbated in some countries which have already encountered large-scale social protests.